Good day, gentlemen over 50 found threes. I know many of you are making a real effort to live healthier, especially by eating more vegetables every day. Threes. And that's wonderful, threes. But let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered, are all vegetables truly beneficial for men's health after the age of 50? I want you to picture this. A gentleman walks into my clinic. He's about 65 threes. Calm demeanor, polite, but there's worry in his eyes. Doctor, he says, I eat vegetables every day. I exercise regularly, but I still feel tired. My energy is low, and intimacy just isn't the same anymore. His name is Mr. James, a retired school teacher. He had been eating loads of soy and raw spinach every single day, believing they were good for heart health. But in reality, these very foods were quietly disrupting his hormone balance, lowering his testosterone, draining his vitality. Slowly, subtly, but steadily. You see, after working with thousands of middle-aged and senior men, I've come to a powerful realization: food is medicine, but even medicine, if misused, can become poison. Some vegetables we think are our friends can actually be silent thieves, stealing testosterone, weakening energy, and triggering chronic inflammations. But others, when chosen wisely and used properly, can become living medicine, restoring vitality, boosting blood flow, sharpening the mind, and reigniting joy in everyday life. Those easy, girl. And that's exactly what I want to share with you in today's video threes. Among them, not just with medical knowledge, but with real stories from real people. Threes. So we can understand together, how do we eat vegetables in a way that truly supports men's health after 50? Because the truth is, not all vegetables are miracle foods, at least not for every age and every body. Threes. Some, if consumed the wrong way or too often, can quietly cause hormone imbalances, trigger inflammation, or deplete key minerals like zinc, essential for testosterone, energy, and confidence in a man. Threes. Now, I'm not saying you should cut them out completely. Threes. But learning to choose wisely, prepare correctly, and eat with intention. That's the real key. Threes. And most importantly, never let age blur your awareness of your own body. Your body is still whispering to you every day with quiet requests. Please nourish me with what's truly right for me. Threes. Says 1 3. Raw spinach. When raw actually means robbed, many people believe that eating raw vegetables is the healthiest way to preserve every vitamin. Threes. But with spinach, also known as baby spinach or Swiss chard, eating it raw may backfire, especially for men over 50,000. Threes. The problem lies in a compound called oxalate, which raw spinach contains in high amounts. Threes. Oxalate is what I call a mineral thief, particularly zinc, which is critical for producing testosterone, maintaining sexual health, building muscle, and keeping a man's mind sharp. I had a 66-year-old patient, Mr. Threes, John, who drank raw spinach smoothies every morning, believing it was cleansing his systems. Dion, but after a few months, he started feeling fatigued, had trouble sleeping, and his libido dropped dramatically. Tests showed a significant zinc deficiency. Once I recommended that he lightly cook the spinach by steaming or stir-frying, the oxalate content dropped and his zinc absorption improved. Within a few weeks, Mr. Threes, John felt stronger, slept better, and even said his inner fire was starting to come back. So yes, spinach is healthy, but how you eat it is just as important as what you eat. So pause to them. One bison, the double-edged sword for men over 50. Oil has long been praised for being heart healthy, lowering cholesterol, and being a great source of plant-based protein. But for men over 50, especially those concerned about declining testosterone, energy loss, or sexual health, soy needs to be approached with caution. Why? Because soy contains phytoestrogens, plant-based compounds that mimic estrogen, the female hormone. Threes. For women going through menopause, phytoestrogens can be a blessing. But for men, especially when testosterone is already declining with age, increased estrogen can throw hormones out of balance, leading to muscle loss, belly fat, lower libido, and even erectile dysfunction. I recall one of my patients, Mr. Threes, Robert, a 63-year-old retired teacher. Threes. He followed a strict plant-based diet and had soy milk every morning, Ate tofu regularly and replaced snacks with soy protein bars. 3s. But after 6 months, he came in feeling weak, had gained belly fat, and said intimacy no longer interested him. Blood tests confirmed his testosterone was low and his estrogen levels were unequally high. When I advised him to gradually reduce soy products and instead add proteins from fish egg seeds and lean meat within just 1 month, both his energy and emotional well-being improved noticeably. Soy isn't the villain, threes, but too much too often, especially for older men, can turn a good friend into an unexpected enemy. There's three threes. So bell peppers, bright colors, hidden inflammation. Bell peppers, red, yellow, green, are a common sight in modern, healthy meals. They're rich in vitamin C, low in calories, and often praised as antioxidant superfoods. Threes. Well, yeah, but here's the thing for older adults, especially men dealing with stomach sensitivity, arthritis, prostate inflammation, or sleep issues. Eating too many raw bell peppers may trigger mild but chronic inflammations. One of my patients, who is Mr. Threes. Trong, 66 years old, loved raw bell pepper salads. Threes. They feel clean and light, he said. Threes. Perfect for my diet. Threes. Duh. But within a few months, he started experiencing acid reflux, bloating, joint stiffness in the mornings, and disrupted sleep. We ran CRP inflammation tests and checked his immune markers, and the results showed low-grade chronic inflammation. When I reviewed his diet, he said, "Doctor, I eat raw bell peppers every day." I thought they were harmless, and the truth is raw bell peppers contain alkaloids and selenium compounds that in excess can irritate the gut lining and trigger subtle inflammatory responses, especially in people with pre-existing inflammatory conditions like arthritis, prostate issues, or autoimmune disorders. So here's my advice. Don't cut out bell peppers, but avoid eating them raw every single day. Lightly roast, saute, or steam them. It lowers their alkaloid content and makes them gentler on the body. Don't eat them on an empty stomach, especially if you have a sensitive gut. And most importantly, listen to your body when. If you feel bloated, hot in the stomach, or have trouble sleeping after meals with peppers, it's time to rethink your preparation method. 4 threes or so. Industrial corn, the sweet enemy that fuels inflammation. Many people assume corn is healthy, and that's true. If we're talking about fresh boiled corn at home, threes. But in reality, corn is the raw material behind many ultra-processed products. Corn oil, high fructose, corn syrup, cornstarch, and countless packaged snacks and drinks. And this, my friend, is the hidden danger for men over 50. Threes. I had a patient, Mr. Threes, William, 58, a professional truck driver. Threes. He didn't smoke, didn't drink alcohol, and said he avoided greasy food. Threes. But he drank 2 cans of soda every day and snacked on chips fried in corn oil. He came to see me feeling constantly tired with knee pain, backache, and as he put it, bedroom matters have gone cold for over a year. Threes. Lab results showed systemic inflammation, elevated triglycerides, and abnormally low testosterone. Threes, the culprit. These industrial corn products are loaded with omega-6 fatty acids. When consumed in excess, omega-6 can inflame blood vessels, stiffen arteries, and disrupt blood flow to vital organs, including those responsible for intimacy and vitality. The real danger is that we eat these foods unknowingly. They're hidden in margarine, cookies, sauces, plant-based snacks, and even healthy-looking vegan products. I guided Mr. Threes, William, to switch from corn oil to olive or coconut oil, eliminate processed foods and sugary drinks, add more fatty fish and fresh vegetables into his meals. Within just 6 weeks, he felt more energetic, slept better, and as his wife said with a smile, he's himself again. So if you're serious about protecting your heart, restoring vitality, and keeping inflammation in check after 50, steer clear of industrial corn products, no matter how healthy the label appears. Bush 5 threes, canned tomatoes, danger in a tin can for men's health. Tomatoes are incredibly healthy, especially when cooked, as they release lycopene, a powerful antioxidant beneficial for the prostate and heart. But I'm not here to warn you about fresh tomatoes. Threes. What I want you to be cautious about Is canned tomatoes those convenient time-saving staples in many households used in spaghetti stews sauces? One of my patients, Mr. Threes, Tam, 72 years old, came into my clinic with frequent bloating, acid reflux, disrupted sleep due to night urination, and slightly elevated blood pressure, even though he followed a low-fat healthy diet. As we went through his eating habits, I discovered he used 3-4 cans of tomatoes per week. They're so convenient and taste better than fresh ones, he told me. But here's the issue most people don't know. Canned tomatoes are often packaged in metal tins lined with BPA bisphenol A, a compound that mimics estrogen and disrupts male hormones over time. And when this BPA lining comes into contact with acidic foods like tomatoes, it leaches into the food even more readily. And that's not all. Canned tomatoes also often contain excess sodium and preservatives, which can raise blood pressure, increase water retention, and burden the kidneys and heart, especially in older adults with chronic conditions. So here's my honest recommendation. Choose fresh tomatoes, cook them yourself. If you must use packaged ones, go for glass jar options or cans clearly labeled BPA-free threes. Avoid eating canned tomatoes every day, especially if you're managing high blood pressure, prostate issues, or heart conditions. Threes. Dear gentlemen, over the years, I've seen many patients who eat vegetables diligently, avoid red meat, and cut fat, yet still feel tired, sleep poorly, lose strength, and quietly lose their masculine energy. Often the root cause lies in the very healthy foods they eat, daily foods that seem good, but if used wrongly or too frequently, chip away at your vitality. Raw spinach, soy, industrial corn, bell peppers, canned tomatoes, these aren't your enemies, but eaten the wrong way, in the wrong quantity, they can lead to chronic inflammation, hormonal imbalance, and lower testosterone, the very hormone that defines a man's energy, presence, and confidence. I'm not asking you to cut them out completely, threes, but I do ask you, listen to your body, threes. Health isn't a distant future. It's built today, one meal at a time. And now I'd like to take you to a more hopeful place. Let's talk about 5 vegetables that not only nourish your body, but can restore your masculine strength, naturally boost testosterone, improve blood flow, reduce inflammation, and revitalize your spirit. I remember one of my patients, Mr. Threes, David, 68 years old, came in with fatigue, shortness of breath, and a deep sense of discouragement. Threes. He sighed and told me, "Doctor, I don't need to be young again. I just want to wake up and feel like I haven't been left behind." Threes. And so we didn't begin with medication. We began with vegetables. Threes. But not just any vegetables, only those with the power to boost circulation, support hormonal balance, and reduce inflammation gently yet effectively. That was what Mr. Threes, Robert, and every man like him truly needed. Because I believe this nature never takes something away without leaving a gift in return. So if there are vegetables we need to avoid, then there are also vegetables, when eaten consistently and correctly, that quietly become our allies in aging with strength, clarity, and vitality. So what are these powerful vegetables? Let me invite you to take the next step with me, to look at your kitchen with new eyes, to see not just food but healing. Beets, the red warrior for blood flow and vitality. I want you to picture this. Inside your body, blood is the river of life. But after 50, that river can slow down, get clogged, and suddenly you feel tired, lose your edge, and the spark you once had. Dims. Threes. One of my patients, Mr. Threes, Charles, 62 years old, once told me, "Doctor, I don't feel that fire in my blood like I did when I was younger." I encouraged him to eat lightly steamed beets every morning like a warm salad. After just 4 weeks, he came back, eyes lit up, saying, "Doc, it's like someone opened the floodgates. I can walk longer, sleep better, and even feel more alive again." You know what I mean? Beets are rich in natural nitrates, which convert into nitric oxide in the body, a molecule that helps blood vessels dilate and carry blood more efficiently. This doesn't just help your heart and blood pressure, it directly supports male performance and vitality. Try beets roasted, steamed, or in juice 2 to 3 times a week. Threes. Your body will thank you. 2 threes. Asparagus, a gentle warrior for restoring natural testosterone. Once I asked a patient of mine, when was the last time you woke up feeling truly full of life? He looked down and smiled sadly. I don't even remember, doc. That day I told him to add asparagus to his weekly diet. Why? Because asparagus contains 3 golden nutrients: folate, vitamin E, and zinc, the key trio for naturally stimulating testosterone production in the male body. Threes. Testosterone isn't just a hormone. Threes. It's the foundation of your energy, strength, confidence, and even joy. Threes. Without it, life feels flat, the spirit drops, and fatigue takes over. Threes. Asparagus can be lightly boiled, sautéed with garlic, or steamed with eggs. A simple dish, yet a powerful remedy for the quiet decline in your vitality. Neither. White mushrooms, the guardian of your precious testosterone. There's a question I often hear from my patients. Doctor, I eat well, so why is my testosterone still low? And sometimes the answer lies in something hidden, an enzyme called aromatase 3s. This silent thief, he has one job: to convert testosterone into estrogen 3s. Over time, this quiet shift steals away your energy, your drive, and even your sense of self as a man. 3s. But here's the good news. White mushrooms, especially the common button mushrooms you find in any grocery store, contain natural compounds that inhibit aromatase 3s. I had a patient, Mr. 3s, Ken, 68 years old. 3s. He ate plenty of vegetables, exercised, but still struggled with hormonal imbalance. I recommended he add white mushrooms to his main meals, stir-fried with onions, tossed with eggs, or steamed with broth. After just 5 weeks, his lab tests showed a notable increase in free testosterone. So this wasn't magic, it was simple science applied correctly. You don't need fancy ingredients. But by eating white mushrooms 2 to 3 times a week, you are quietly defending your masculinity, protecting your hormone balance against the silent erosion that often comes with age. Bush of broccoli, nature's shield for your prostate and hormones. Over the years, I've noticed a quiet truth among my male patients over 50. They start to feel like they're no longer men in the way they once were, though. Not because of age, but because of a gradual loss of testosterone and a subtle hormonal imbalance that creeps in without warning. 3s. That's when I introduced them to an old humble friend with powerful effects. Broccoli 3s. Broccoli contains sulforaphane, a natural compound that helps flush out excess estrogen, supports the prostate gland, and reinforces your hormonal foundation as a man. One patient, Mr. 3s, Min 64, came to me frustrated by frequent nighttime urination and fatigue. 3s. I advised him to steam broccoli lightly and eat it 3 times a week alongside staying hydrated. 6 weeks later, he returned smiling. Doctor, I sleep better now. I don't wake up 3-4 times a night anymore, and in the morning I feel refreshed. Sometimes it only takes one simple change in your meals to transform your quality of life. Remember, lightly steam or eat broccoli raw with a splash of olive oil, lemon, or a sprinkle of seeds to preserve the full power of sulforaphane 3s. 5 3s. Celery. Gentle in taste, powerful in effect. Someone once asked me, Doctor, how can celery, a bland vegetable, be considered a natural vitality booster? I smiled and said, it's not praise. 3s. It's biology. 3s. Bomb. Celery is one of the rare vegetables that can increase the production of androstenone, a natural male hormone linked to energy, attraction, and vitality. 3s. I once worked with a patient named Mr. 3s, hung 58. 3s. He came to me feeling exhausted, unmotivated, and disconnected from his wife. 3s. I suggested he drink celery juice with apples every morning, 45 times a week. 3s. After a month, he said, Doctor, I don't know what changed, but I feel alive again. 3s. I sleep better, my workouts feel stronger, and even my wife joked, what's gotten into you? You look younger. Sometimes the smallest things, a stalk of celery, a morning smoothie can lead to remarkable transformations. Celery boosts blood flow, cleanses the body, and gently revives passion, something many men believe they permanently lost after turning 50. You can enjoy celery raw, juice it, or lightly stir-fry it with lean white meat. The key isn't fancy preparation, it's about consistency and patience. A little bit each day, one step at a time, and your vitality will begin to return threes. My dear friends, true strength in this stage of life doesn't lie in what you used to have, it lies in how you preserve and revive what's slowly slipping away. And sometimes a humble plate of greens can be the very medicine that helps you reclaim that strength. A natural testosterone boost. Few people know, but it works wonders. In my years of caring for hundreds of middle-aged men, I've noticed something remarkable. Many reach for supplements or synthetic hormones, while the key to restoring testosterone naturally is often found in simple, everyday nutrients. One of the most powerful yet overlooked is a mineral called boron 3s. Boron helps lower SHBG sex hormone binding, globulin, a protein that traps testosterone, making it unusable. When SHBG decreases free testosterone, the form your body can actually use increases 3s. You'll find boron in humble, wholesome foods like dates, raisins, avocados, almonds, and pure almond butter. One of my patients, Mr. 3, then age 63, came to me struggling with fatigue, irritability, and poor sleep. Instead of prescribing supplements, I suggested he start with a simple change. Add 3 to 4 dates or a small handful of raisins to his morning smoothie each day. After about a month, he called and said, "Doctor, my wife says I'm calmer, sleeping better, and feeling alive again." Moments like that remind me of a deep truth. Nature has already given us everything we need. We just have to listen and apply it the right way. Dear gentlemen, I truly believe that health after 50 isn't just about pills or how many hours you spend at the gym. It's about the small habits, 3s, the right foods, 3s, and a gentle, steady commitment, every day. Have you found something that helped you feel stronger, more energized, more alive? Please share your story in the comments below, because your journey might just be the light someone else needs to find their way again. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a like, share it with your partner, your old friends, your brothers in age, and subscribe to this channel so we can continue walking this path together toward a life of strength, clarity, and joy after 50 fancy 3s. Thank you so much for watching 3s. See you in the next video.